Hey everybody, today we're talking about grade 2 tuned to percussion solo, Blue Stix with an X, all right? It's a really beautiful piece, and we're gonna start off, as we always do, by checking out the key signature. Now the key signature is the thing that occurs right at the very beginning, next to the treble clef. It tells us what kind of sharps or flats we're gonna have, and it tells us what key or scale we're gonna be in, all right? And if we take a look here, we've got just on the top line, E, G, B, D, F, an F sharp. And what that tells me is that everywhere in the piece, every time I see an F written, I'm actually gonna play an F sharp, okay? Here's an F sharp, okay? And it also is a good indicator of what key we're in. That's why it's called a key signature. And we're all practicing our scales now, so we might already know that one sharp is G major scale. And G major is here. Okay, that's our G major scale. And one other little trick that we'd like to do when we've got a solo, check that last measure of the piece. And of course this ends with G, G, B, G. So we know it's probably in G major, okay? Next thing I do, check out the time signature, make sure there's nothing tricky there. 3-4, we're pros at 3-4. Top note tells us how many beats there are per measure, 3. Bottom note tells us what kind of notes those are gonna be, and then in the form of a fraction, 3/4 or 3/4 of something. So quarter notes are our beats, or crotchets, 3 crotchets per bar. And the next thing I like to do is just see if there's anything the composer's given us that helps us understand what we should be thinking about, what we should be feeling when we play the piece. And just above the first measure, our composer Alex Neal, Alex with an X, Blue Stix with an X, I see the connection here. Adagio, okay? Adagio is another Italian music descriptor word that means slowly, just in slow time. And slowly can mean a lot of things. It can mean, slow can mean a lot of things to different people. But the composer also puts on there quarter note equals 68. So let's take a look at that. 68, see how that sounds. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and a 1 and a 2. 1 and a 2, right? So that's our tempo. That's great, gives us an idea. We're gonna sit around 68, and that does feel nice and slow. The other thing, the title of the piece, Blue Stix. I'm not sure, maybe just sort of the idea of the blues perhaps, but did not create any images for me, but maybe it does for you, and that would be cool. And now I think it's time we just walk through the piece, check out dynamics, see if there's anything special that we need to think about in this piece. Right off from the beginning, we are in mezzo piano, which we know is just a little bit more confident than piano, okay? Piano's very quiet, and then mezzo piano is just a little bit more present, we would say. And already in bar 3, we're down to piano. Bar 4, back to mezzo forte. So this is really important. We have to find a way to exhibit 3 different dynamics just in the first line, all right? So make sure that we're practicing our stick height. We're keeping it really low for mezzo piano. Now we have piano in the next bar. Now we have mezzo forte, which has to go above that mezzo forte we just had. Okay, next line, bar 5, we have a little crescendo to forte. So we're gonna take that time. I've often talked about the fishbowl technique, and the fishbowl technique is this idea that the fish comes to the glass, and in order for him to feel like he's traveling, he sort of backs off and comes back to it again. And that's what we kind of do with crescendos at times, right? So we're only going from mezzo forte to forte, which is not much of a crescendo. I often like to just pull it back a little bit towards mezzo piano to make that crescendo a little more effective, all right? So we'll have, okay. Then we have the next line. Now we take your time here. We've got these big quarter notes at forte. 1, 2, 3, and then Da 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 dee da da dee da dee da. Good. All in forte. Make sure you're really confident on those, and we keep that time when we're playing slowly. Make sure we keep that time very solid. Okay. Next line is really cool. We're going to start off in mezzo forte, so just a middle of the road dynamic, and this is really important. Few measures that you're going to learn that's going to help you play keyboard for the rest of your life. We're going to have to learn how to shift our bodies, okay? I want to play this all alternating. I'm going to start with that pickup on the D with my right hand. So I'm going to play right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Now I got to turn my body, right, left. Now I'm going to turn it again. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Diminuendo, pianissimo, as quiet as you can get that. 1 and 2 and 1. All right, 2 and 3 and 1. Okay, and then we're at the pianissimo. So making sure that passage that you understand that to play percussion, we have to use our body. We can't stand here rigidly and just try to move our arms like this. I think really trying to use your hips and your legs to move this passage around. Okay, just keep that motion, keep everything really relaxed, planted in your feet. Now we are at mezzo piano at the end of that bar, and then we're right back to the beginning, a big as we've said before, anytime you have a statement that occurred at the beginning and it occurs at the end, try to make sure that it sounds the exact same way you played it at the beginning so it reminds the listener, okay? And you'll see 13 and 14 are the same as measures 1 and 2, okay? Finally, the last 2 bars, really beautiful. The rit at the top means a ritardando, which means to slow down. Another Italian, you guys are learning so much Italian. To slow down, and I think of this as a fading away. I've chosen the glockenspiel, and it sounds like a music box. You know, when a music box, you've wound it up, and right at the end when it starts to slow down. And I think you can think the same way here. You can really slow it down and get almost mechanical with it. All right. Another little fun thing I do, my glockenspiel is not ringing, so I'll take this mute out. Right at the end, I like to go left, left, right, and as soon as I play that G, I'm going to mute the A that happened before. It happened in the measure before. Just something you can look at with your teacher, just a little bit of a sneaky little trick you can do to make that G speak clearly. All right, I think we're ready for our play along. We're going to have a little one where we're just going to do it a little bit slower. It's already slow, but it always helps to do it even a little bit slower, okay? And really keep that steady. And again, I'll count you in afterwards and you can play along at the performance tempo. Okay, let's begin our play along. Now with every play along, I want you to focus on a few things. And in this one, I want you to focus on playing right in the middle of the bars. Okay, not towards the edges, just right in the middle. We're always going to focus on the middle early on in our playing. And trying not to play stacked. We call this stacked, where our mallets are just above each other. I'd rather see us lifting and playing right in the middle. Okay, we're going to take this super slow at measure 58, at quarter note equals 58. I like playing slow. It's nice, you got to stay really relaxed. 1, 2, and 3, play. 2 and 3. Piano. That's a forte. And 3 and. Crescendo. 2 and 3. 2 and 3. Move your body here. Diminuendo here. 2 and. 3 and a 1 and a 2 and 3 and a 1 and a 2. Okay, that diminuendo is up to you. Take it as slow as you want or not as slow as you want. Totally up to you, your decision. Great, we'll have one more play along. You can play along with me at performance tempo, quarter note equals 68. Hope you're having fun. Talk to you later. Bye. 1, 2, and 3, play. 2 and